Welcome to this presentation on using Inventor Lt to create BIM models. So a lot of times people ask me, what is a BIM model? Why do I need it? What a BIM model is, it's building information model. Architects are now getting into it and they're requesting BIM models. And what are they? They're basically what manufacturers have been doing for a long time. It's a 3D model with property information. So they want the whole building with all the information of what makes up that building. They generally want those models in file sizes under 700K. So what does that mean for you? That means that you want to be able to get your models, regardless if it's in Inventor, SolidWorks, Creat, or any other program, into a model that can be used in Revit or Revit MEP or other architectural programs. So you need to be able to go in, and using Inventor Lt, you can go and import any of your file types native. SolidWorks, CATIA, Creat, Unigraphics. I can take these models, bring them in, clean them up, and get all the property information I need to push to those architects up front. What's really nice about this is now architects up front, when they're designing their buildings, they can use their models with all the information from you right off the bat. They don't have to go and find it later on, you're providing it to them. So I need to take something like this phone, and I want to clean it up. Maybe for the architect, they don't need all of the high-end surfaces, models, everything else. They want something that's a representation. So I can take these things and clean them up. Maybe I want to split off this headset because, you know, for the handset they don't need it. I might want to go through and remove those numbers off the front of it because they know it's a phone by looking at it. So working with Inventor Lt, I can go in and do all my different part modeling. I can sketch on my faces, I can add, remove, clean up these models. I can create models from scratch and detail them. For using it with BIM models, I want to go through and clean these up. And notice they do come in as nice flat faces. They do give me all the options to add and remove material to it. Here I want to add material, not remove it. So now that I've cleaned it up, and I could do a little bit more, but for the sake of time, what I want to do now is be able to take these models and add in all those property information. If you're using Inventor, you'd have this all built into it. It's all your bill of material information. But note that if I import data, I can add it. I can add things like descriptions, vendors, put my information up front so those architects can use it. Right? It's already there in their models. They don't have to figure it out after the fact. I could even put things like estimated cost. Now that I've got that property information into it, I now want to take this and push it off into a format that they can use for architects. Nice thing about Autodesk is they work in the architectural realm. They use manufacturing. I can use that Inventor Lt to get that data in. So I can export it to DWG solids. I can also push it into those categories that they need to use for things like Revit, use in that BIM model. So it has it built into it. I don't have to fill any of this information out. I can use this nice little interface to say, hey, this is going to be in a communications area. Let's get that template and push it into there. And notice that all that property information gets pushed into there. So it's not just a 3D model I'm pushing. I'm also going to be pushing all that iProperty information that I added beforehand. Manufacturer, description. If I didn't do it up front, note that I can do it right here and have that come in. So some really nice things. I hit OK, and then I'm going to push it to that ADSK file format that's really nice to push it into. And once I place it where I want it to be, what's going to be important is I want to show, once I've done this, I've created it, I've created that model, it's going to then push me and give me a nice report saying, hey, these are all the things that I picked out. These are all the things that I've done. I can keep that to show that I did my due diligence, maybe for reporting to tell everybody, yeah, I did this. And let's go and look at that file size, right? I was able to take that file, bring it across, and if we look at the properties, you'll notice that I've hit under that 700K mark. So that's really nice. This can be used in a Revit model. It's nice and small file size for them to be able to spin. So within a couple minutes, we were able to show how we can import data, bring it into Lt, clean it up, and get it into a BIM format that architects can use. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my presentation.